Hey, welcome to the last video from the studio apartment. I thought I would take you guys as long as I pack up the last of my stuff here. Basically, I have my resin table to pack up what's left of it, and then like bathroom items and kitchen, like food that my food cupboard. That's what I'm trying to say. So I've been packing in these bags. They're from Amazon. They're really great. They're good quality. My son even really likes them because they've been super easy to move. They're canvas. They have a window on the front. They have a double zipper. And they're really nice. And they come in a 6-pack. I had gotten 2, so I had 12. This is the very last one of this one that I have. We have not brought anything back, like unloaded one and brought it back. We haven't done any of that. All my bags are still sitting in Austin. Because I wasn't able to put away a whole lot because I needed my table with all my resin. So this is the last video, and I thought I would just take you along here, and I think one of the first things I'm going to pack up is my heat mat. Like I told you, I don't use a regular resin heat mat. I use a food heat mat. So you'll get a full look here. This is a food heat mat. You see mine has resin on it. It's been peeled off, and I've used this since I got this thing because it has temperature control, has an automatic shut off of 2 hours. It rolls right up, and it's all silicone, so with resin you don't have to worry about it. So I'm just gonna roll it up and put it in this bag. That'll be the first thing in there. Actually, probably my leveling table should go down in there first, which means I gotta move stuff off of it. Here we go. I have the J. Diction leveling table. I'm just gonna screw the legs all the way down in so that it sits as flat as it can in here. So, first thing I'll be doing is leveling a table. This has been ridiculous. I had everything level, and then I had to move everything onto the 6-foot table so we could take the 4-foot table, and I was condensing all my resin down. So I'm gonna do that. This will fit underneath here. There we go. Get an even bigger look at this bag and how big it is. So I thought I had put away all my molds, but I found a couple others, but I'll take those over to the drawers where I have them sitting. This is my mat that was on the top of the leveling table. And this is actually a silicone, oh, what's the name of those barbecues? Traeger, maybe? It's one of those. It's got some sides and handles on it. But I used it for on the top of the leveling table. So I'm going to put that down in there. Then I have my basket of embellishments here. This is going to go on the one side. these are super nice. Well, I guess we'll do a little bit of a haul because I got a bunch of Amazon bags here that have come in, and it's for the for my Vine program stuff for reviews. This basket here has, it kind of became the miscellaneous when I started packing up my stuff of stuff that I knew I would need. So it's got flowers, some embellishments, it's got some spatulas in there, the ones from Craftor, these nice big yellow ones. These are really good for DTF stickers also. It's got some Aurora powder that I bought and I haven't used yet. It's just stuff that I kept out in case I needed it. So that's gonna go down in there. Then I have my tray of chameleon powders, alcohol inks. I'm gonna set these all down in here, straighten them up because they all fit in here really nice and tight, and then I'll just put this whole thing down in. Because I have a smaller room, one of the things I did was I got a there was a set of like blue, like utility baskets, like kind of like you would put in a garage that you mount on the wall. I got a set of those so that I could put them on the wall and this stuff wouldn't be on my table, so I can maximize my table space and not have to worry about these things needing to be on my table. So I'm just going to put all the rest of these down in here. And then I'll set them right in here. And okay, scissors sure there. They're in that basket. This was from Amazon. This is a glue bottle, or you could use it for whatever, but it's a wooden glue bottle. You could do alcohol inks, probably our pigments. Turn it upside down and it sits in there. So I just got that, haven't used it yet, but I'm gonna set it down inside here. And I have a thing of markers and silicone tools and all that stuff you can lay down right in between. Another cup that has the little micro brushes and stuff in it that I'm going to put down in there. Here's a bunch of cups. These are my favorite cups. These are the Craftor cups. I love these things. And then we're just going to put these down in there. What else do we have behind here? The Aurora powder that I'm going to set on top, and my Dragonfly glaze. What else? Oh, my liquid infusion, that's going to stand up in here. so they don't have glue all over the place. That stands up back inside there. That's the box to my resin rockers. Little UV light. Stick that down in there. One of my gold markers and another spatula tool. Let's see. What else is back here? Oh, more cups. My bottle of alcohol that hasn't been opened yet. Pull like the tint tissue pull. This silicone mat out from under here. There we go. This again is for one of those grills, but it's nice and big. I like large silicone mats that will cover your workspace. So I like buying the ones that aren't necessarily for resin, but are for other things like grills and whatnot. And they work just as well as ones that the resin company sell you. A lot of times better because they're bigger and they're thicker. Let's see. Little thing of embellishments. Some little cups. Okay. Another spatula. There was stuff rolling around back there. Jar of rhinestones. Some more alcohol inks. We'll put them in their tray. Dumped out all my Posca pins. Let's put those back in. Okay, Posca pins. Some more cups. And I think that was a flocking. Okay. I guess we can open up these bags and see what's in here. What were these? Oh, I think those are clothes. There's a new flash drive for my phone. So that one's empty. Cats are getting very, very antsy because I'm packing up more stuff. Oh, this is a tray. Okay. This is it's a rolling tray. Don't tell anybody. But it's a 3D one. I'll show that more to you guys when I unpack it. thought it was a cool trope. They wanted a review for it. What could I do? New foam tables, yes. Desperately need those. Those are going in there. Next one. These are all review items from my buying program. A ton of rhinestones. That will go down in there. Oh yeah, I still have room in this bag, don't worry. These things hold an enormous amount of stuff. Okay, these are DTF stickers. And I know you can't really see them well. Let me see if I can take out this. They're super cute. They're all raccoons. So I got those DTF stickers, which will go in here. Oh, these are football molds. This is not what it was supposed to be. This is one of those Vine program things that I clicked on it. It was supposed to be teddy bears in like referee uniforms. And instead they sent me the footballs. These are all little molds. These are bows, and I think it's a bunch of bows. There might be some flowers in this one. They're all little bitty. Those will go in there. Yeah, I'm trying to see what this says. I cannot make that out. I want to say it's a beatable something or other. They had a bunch of those on the Vine program. So my guess is that or it's bookmarks. Yeah, they're readable bookmarks. Okay. There's that. One more of these Amazon envelopes. Oh, another flash drive for my iPhone. Okay. Now, oh, I do have a small box over here. Which if Amazon sent you a small box, you know, it's something teeny tiny. It could have been in an envelope. Yep. It's dragon molds. We'll throw those in there. That's all that was in that box. See, I have my Let's Resin lights. I got paper towels. What do I have over here? Oh, here's my son's dragon that I finished. The 8-ball. If you saw that video. That's his little dragon. I have some done pieces here that I'm putting into a basket. These just need a coat of clear resin on the bottoms of them. They have their stickers and everything. They're already on. There's a mold that needs to go over there. Here's a little basket. Has some UV resin in it, and a couple glitters, some markers, and a thing of baby wipes. Those are the things that I kept out so that I could do some stuff. Go. Put that in there. I'm going to leave the scissors out because we might need them at some point tomorrow. And I think that is all for this bag. Go. That bag is packed. Whoops. My jar. Oh. Hold on. Found some stragglers left behind over here. Okay. Come back here. Okay. The jar in right there. These can go in the tray with the other pigments and alcohol inks. Cups. Some little tools that are stragglers. And that's it. And I can put some smaller stuff in there if I needed to. Okay, well that basically packs up this table. I have some molds to take over to the drawers where those belong that I didn't get over there. And it's kind of bittersweet. I have really loved this apartment. Hated the management company. They suck beyond all sucking can do. I still have a refrigerator sitting out in the middle of the yard from the next door neighbor. I keep getting people knocking on my door about it, saying it's a hazard and all this and that. And I said, talk to the property management company because I've already called them. They're trying to tell me it's mine. I'm like, oh, hell no. It's full of rotten meat and maggots. I haven't even opened it. I've been told that by other people who open it. All I know is it stinks. Oh my God. So now it's nearly 2 months and it's been out here. And not even precautions that little kids could play in it because it's wrapped with painter's tape. And it's all coming off at this point. So, you know, I called them. When I called them, they told me, well, that's the owner's maintenance people. And I said, yes, I realized that. And they were over here to take everything out of the damn apartment. It looked like a trash heap out there. They came back and got like the mattress and some other stuff and took that away, but they've never come back for the damn refrigerator. And everybody's like, well, you know, our kids could get, as I talked to the property management company, I've already called them. It's not mine, people. So when I called them and told them, you know, I'm tired of people knocking on my door, this is a health hazard, blah, 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 their suggestion was, well, don't answer the door. That was their suggestion. Just don't answer my door. Okay. So if they're coming up to complain about the refrigerator, I'm not supposed to answer the door. Can somebody explain to me, am I supposed to be telepathic? Do I know what somebody's coming to the door for? Am I missing something here? I don't get it. Yeah. And that's what I've been dealing with for the last 2 years. When my son and daughter-in-law got the keys to this apartment, my son came over here and had to, what, Clyde? I know Mom's packing stuff up and you're not happy. I'm sorry. They had to come over here clean because it was not clean. My son had to go get, because this apartment has 2 window air conditioners and they were just sat in there and they didn't have any ceiling around them or anything, so all the bugs were coming right through. So when they got this place, it had wasps and bees and roaches and all kinds of stuff. And they set off bug bombs in here before they came and got me. So yeah, am I worried about leaving this place? This place will be in better condition than what I was giving it to them. And here's another funny. I gave them notice on the end of March. I can't remember. It was either the 29th, 30th, or 31st. Gave them 30-day notice. I'm not going to be renewing my lease. You know, none of that. So I haven't heard anything. Nothing. Not sorry, is there something we can do to make, you know, none of that. Yesterday I get a voicemail and an email from them finally responding to I'm vacating the property at the end of this month. And they said, well, your lease isn't up until May, the end of May. You're going to be responsible for May's rent. First and foremost, you've known for 6 days that I was vacating my apartment. I gave you my notice. Up until now, it's been complete incommunicado. And, you know, they're not going to give me back my security deposit, so we both know that. They'll apply to everything under the sun. You know, even though this place is in better condition than what they gave it to us in, and so they can just go to hell. I'm not answering them. I'm not doing anything. I told David yesterday, and he's like, he said, you know, a 4-letter F word, and he's like, Those people are the nastiest, rudest people, and it's true. They are terrible. They gave me a lease violation last year because I got an email from them saying that my rent had bounced. My rent had not even come through. I paid with my bank account. My rent had not even come through my bank. And so they're screaming at me about a bounced. And I said, it didn't bounce. I said, my bank has no knowledge of this whatsoever. So I end up having to go down there to get them another form of payment. They waited until 2 days after rent was due to do this. And then I go in there mad, and there's another lady in there with the exact same problem. We don't even have the same bank. So it was a problem with their portal where we pay. And she had the exact same experience. She's like, I've always paid my rent on time. You know, I paid with my bank account. My bank's saying it never came through. I'm saying the exact same story. And yeah, I got loud. Why did I get loud? Because they were going to they charged us both $70. No, sorry. It was 70 plus $95 because we supposedly had bounced our rent check, which was a bullshit lie. Absolute bullshit lie. Both of us said the same thing. Did I get louder? Hell yeah, I got louder. Was there anybody else in the place of business? No, it was the staff and two of us trying to figure out why they're trying to tell us that our rent is late and charge us some outrageous fees on it. And the other lady just gave up and left. And then I left soon after that. And then I get an email later on that day that I got a lease violation for disrupting their business. Oh, you disrupted my damn life. You know, these people are just, they're unbelievable. I needed, the first year I was here, we had a couple days where it went way below freezing, and they were sending out all these emails about frozen pipes. Well, I let my water run just like they said, and they don't believe that it should just be a drip. They want a full running stream, which I did in both the bathroom and the kitchen. And when I woke up, this was after the freeze was already over. So we had like 2 days of freeze, and then on the third day, it got warm again. Well, my cold water would no longer shut off. It wasn't a problem that it was frozen. It was a problem that it wouldn't shut off. So I called my son because, you know, I deal with these people as little as possible. And he's like, Mom, call them, tell them it's this part. It's $5 at Home Depot. You know, if they give you a hard time, just tell them that. So I call them. I tell them. Their idiot maintenance men come out 2 days later and decide that they need to replace the entire faucet. And I said, you don't have to replace the entire faucet. This is the part. You can easily take it off. It's $5 at Home Depot, you know, or Lowe's or whatever. And they're like, oh, we're just replacing the whole faucet. I don't have time to mess around with parts. Okay. So then they say they have to order a new faucet because these are wall-mounted faucets, because they put in a retro look when they redid this apartment. So we have wall-mounted faucets. So I wait a couple more days. Still my cold water's running. You know, it won't shut off. No. They finally, like 2-3 days later, they finally come out with the faucet. They knock a great big hole into the backsplash to put this new faucet in. They don't caulk around it or seal that hole or anything like that. They leave it wide open behind the faucet, and the faucet is installed completely crooked. Like, it's not even close to straight. It's like this. Like, it's literally like this on my wall. And now the cold water doesn't hardly come on, but I'm tired of dealing with them, and so I just said whatever at that point. But I did send them a picture of what their maintenance man had done to the whole back of the sink. And they're like, oh, well, you know, that's the way we fix things. Yeah, that's the way you fix things, all right. But, yeah. So, while I like my apartment, I will be glad to get rid of the property management company. And now, if there's a problem, my son gets to fix it because he's the maintenance supervisor. The other day the Thursday that the craft convention started, I was down there with him, and that's when I did the tour of the apartment. And I was sitting down at the dining room table, and I went to plug in my charger, and it just fell out of the wall. Like, the whole plug just fell out of the wall. Not the actual outlet, but my plug into it just fell out of the wall. So then I'm like, so I plug in to the bottom one, same thing. I text my son and I said, next time you come over here, bring a damn screwdriver. We have an outlet problem. So he brings the screwdriver over, and he's like, what's wrong with an outlet? And I said, well, here. I said, if you plug something in, the plug just falls right out. He's like, what the hell did they do? Because it was his make-ready guy, because he had the entire apartment painted in gray and not white, because we both hate white. So they painted it and they sealed up a crack. And when they did that, they took the outlet off, but they mudded behind the outlet into where the switch plate would go. So he's like, yeah, I got to get a whole new outlet. So he goes and gets a whole new outlet. He comes back, and I said, shouldn't we be like turning off the electricity or something? He's like, nah, I just go for it. I'm like, great. So he touches the pliers to the ground, and we get sparks flying, and he jumps back. And I said, did you get electrocuted? And he's like, nah, just touch the pliers. I said, do you think we should turn off the electricity? Nope, just gonna go for it. So, he fixed the outlet. But he had to take a bunch of mud off of it that was underneath it. And he's like, yeah, they're gonna get a piece of my mind that this is what they do. So now if something's wrong, I just text him and say, come fix this issue. All right, guys, I'm going to let you go. That gets me packed up. The rest of my resin stuff is all now packed up. The only thing I have left is food items and a few things from the bathroom. And I'll just throw those into one of these baskets I have down here. And that's what we'll do, and that's all I have left. Everything else is done. I gotta unplug my air purifier over here and my light. Those are the only two things. Oh, and my little thermal printer is right here, but I'll stick that in a basket. Let's see. I'll unplug that. Put these on top in here. My labels. There we go. I just need to go in a basket with some other last minute stuff, and I think I'm done. So bittersweet. I'm gonna unplug the rest of these cords, and I'll talk to you guys when I get to Austin. Bye. This is the office area. This is what the buildings look like on the outside. Then we have a basketball court, a sand volleyball court. They also have a dog park. This is like the residence center. Those couches are the ones that you see in the picture of our apartment. They gave them all to us because they're redoing everything. They have a full-on fitness center. My son's been working out in there lately. And what's next? Oh, built-in outdoor kitchens by the pool so you can grill and have fun. The pool is open 365 days a year. It does not close. It's Texas, people. We don't need to close a pool here. And that's the end of the grounds, and I will talk to you guys in the next one. See you in Austin.